Hey guys, assalamu alaikum. It's Jenna G. Welcome back to my channel. It's coming to the end of the 2020 year and it has been quite a different year for sure. But either way, all year's time in Trinidad is associated with a lot of stuff food wise, especially black eyed peas. So today I'm just going to be making for you guys a simple black eyed peas pelau. So I do have a couple of videos up on Pelau already. I have my version. I think I have two versions, I believe. I have a curry Pelau as well. And I know my dad did his version of a Pelau too. But I mean, come on. What is Ole's without the black eyed peas? So I do have a boil and fry one up for you guys to check out just in case you want to make a boil and fry black eyed peas. And now we're just going to jump into this black eyed peas Pelau.
I'm going to start off by seasoning the meat. Now I'm going to be using chicken, but you can of course use any other meat that you like. The chicken was already cut into small pieces and was cleaned and washed, of course. Some people don't like seeing any pieces of fat or skin on the meat, but it's all up to you. I don't mind a little here and there now and then, but not too much. But it's of course all up to you. Green seasoning is a key ingredient in stews and curries in Trinidad and many other Trinidadian foods. Now it's a combination of fresh herbs like garlic, and you put hot peppers in there as well. But each person has his or her own way of making green seasoning. But the main ingredient is usually that shadow benny or culantro. Now I usually add all the ingredients to a food processor and process until all of them properly chopped up and nicely incorporated in there. So once it's finished, I'm going to be adding it to the chicken or to whatever meat that you're using, along with some paprika for some nice color and the all-purpose seasoning, which has salt in it already, so you don't need to add any additional salt. Now I'm going to mix this up and make sure that all that chicken pieces are coated nicely with that green seasoning there, the all-purpose and the paprika, and I'm going to let it marinate. Now you can let it marinate for as long as possible, or you can even cook it immediately. So once we have the meat seasoned, the other ingredients that we would need includes that black eyed peas, of course, cleaned and washed parboiled rice, chopped up carrots, onions, coconut milk goes in there, some sugar, ketchup, oil. Golden ray butter is also used most times in Pelau. So to begin cooking, I'm going to be adding some of that vegetable oil is what I'm using, and some brown sugar to a pot on low-medium heat. Now this is a crucial step in making a pilau, and this is what we call the stewing step, which gives the pilau that lovely brown color. So in this step, you want the sugar to caramelize, and when it begins to look somewhat like cake batter, according to the description that my grandmother gave me, and from ever since it has been very helpful, a little bit of the ketchup goes into the pot at that stage, and then you're going to add in your meat. So once the meat has been added, be sure to properly stir it up, mix it up to get all those pieces coated nicely with that brown coloring that you just created there with that sugar. So I'm going to let this cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now usually what happens, the meat usually springs its own water. So you want to make sure that you let these natural juices evaporate before adding anything else to the pot. So after 5 to 10 minutes or so, in goes the rice, and we're going to properly stir this up too to make sure that color gets onto the rice. And then we're going to add our water and our coconut milk. Coconut milk is very important when making our best tasting pilau. So the more coconut milk you add in it, the richer it is. Of course, health purposes and not so good, but it usually adds some rich flavor. So when the rice is halfway cooked through, in goes the carrots, the onions, and the black eyed peas. Now I'm using the canned black eyed peas, so there was no prior preparation needed for it. But if you are using the dry peas, make sure you soak it overnight and then pressure cook it before adding it to your pilau pot. In this step, you can also add in some pumpkin and tomato as well. Then you're going to let this cook on low-medium heat until the rice is cooked to your liking. Of course, in between, you want to make sure turn it, add water, and if it begins to stick, continue just adding water until it cooks through properly. Now I personally like soft rice and a sappy pilau, which means I like to have some of that sauce in it, and some people prefer dry pilau with more firm rice in it. So cook it according to your liking. Pilau is one of those topics that we could never really fully agree on because everybody has their own different preferences on how they like having their pilau. So when the pilau is close to finishing, I usually add some of the golden ray butter and some extra seasoning as well. Now the golden ray butter is optional of course, but I like the flavor that it adds to it. Be sure to also taste and adjust. You can add more all-purpose seasoning if you need to add more salt, as that has the salt in it already. Now to go with the pilau, I usually like to have it with coleslaw. Pilau and without coleslaw is just not a complete dish if you ask me. And the onion chow is something that I actually like having in just about anything or with anything. So the onion chow is really simple to me. It is just a combination of thinly sliced onions, hot peppers, shadow benny, grated garlic, lime juice, salt, and black pepper. Now it's supposed to be a spicy sort of side dish, so the more hot peppers in it, the better. You can also add some thinly sliced cucumbers to it as well, so you get a nice onion, cucumber, pepper chow sort of thing there. And for the coleslaw, I usually like to use a food processor. So what I do is add the cabbage and carrots to the food processor, pulse it until they all chopped up finely. And then in a bowl, I'm going to add some sugar, some salt, some black pepper, and some mayo in it. Some people also add apple cider vinegar or some sort of vinegar, and also some mustard. So it really, depends on you and how you like your coleslaw. So this is a delightful chicken pilau with black eyed peas, coleslaw, and onion chow, and is definitely ideal for a typical Trini style Ole's night lime, because black eyed peas, like I said, is part of the Ole's tradition here in Trinidad.
Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Easy, all we're doing is replacing the usual pigeon peas for black eyed peas. So not too hard. It's all about incorporating black eyed peas in your traditions, your Ole's night traditions. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this video. One more video to be posted for 2020, and then we will be jumping into our 2021 video lineup, inshallah.
Thanks so much for all the love and support in 2020, guys. It was definitely a wonderful year with regards to YouTube and my cooking videos. So thanks so much to all of you guys. Here's a lot more to come in 2021. Happy New Year in advance.